So we're going to have a go at a bit of web design, everybody. It's an English lesson and a computing lesson all in one. On your assignment instructions, I'll have given you the link to open up this. It's our new school pupil website and it's called Brough Community Primary School Pupils Rule. Bit of rhyming going on there. You're the only class in here at the moment. Here's the school name. This is the home page, which I'm already clicked on. If I hover over this page, this link, we can see all the other pages that come up when you're all in there. Ready to get going. Let's have a look at my page. So here we go. Your page will come up first and you can click straight inside this box to edit your name. And on my page so far, because I'm going to add lots and lots over the weeks, a little bit of an information box about me and a map that links to where I live. A sentence about my house and a picture of, not of my house, it's you can see the bridge that's there from my house. I live just round the corner from here. And this is the River Sprint, the river that runs right past the side of my house. Gets a lot bigger than that sometimes. A bit further down, I've just put in another box. And a website can have anything you want on it. I've just done a box with likes and dislikes. Now, all the time we're doing our website design, don't forget it's a computing lesson, but it's also an English lesson. We've got kind of a mixed information text going on here, if that's the genre we're working on. I'm working at paragraph level here. I've got sentence level work here. And I've got a nice bullet point going on here. So look, I don't need full stops at the end of every line there because I'm not writing in sentences. I've got a colon to introduce a list. As long as I keep the same format throughout, then it looks neat and tidy. So what I'm going to do now is go back home, hover over our class, and I'm going to have a play with Paul's page. Just need to make sure I don't click off there. So I'm going to click on it, and you can click on your own name. Comes up straight away with the name of the page I've given it, which is fine. It's got this kind of default picture here. Now what I've done, let's give this a go. So as you can see, I've just really quickly switched to Paul's account. And I'm going to click on change image and I'm going to select image. I'm going to go to Google Drive and shared with me. And that's where your set of photos should pop up. Go into this folder and here we go. Here's all the photographs that we've uploaded to the Facebook page since 2017, and they'll all start to come through. It'll take a little bit of a while. So as an example, I'm going to click on any one of them to make it the background page. Let's find one that looks like it would look good for a background page. And I'm going to double click on this one. And this little thing buzzes away here. If you want to make it a little bit brighter, click on that. It will do. Or it says adjust for readability. It makes the text look a little bit bolder. I sometimes often like it like that so you see the picture a bit clearer. Okay, so that's the first job there. Now, next job is we need to do some typing. And to do some typing, we insert a text box. We just click on that. And the text box comes up, and at this stage you can drag it to make it the size you want. You see behind you get all these little guidelines that allows you to drag it to make it the size you want. Click inside it. And type away. And I'm the made up pupil that we use in Birch class? Well, we use it in Birch and Notes class to demonstrate some of the lessons that are taught. Okay, and then if you just click off there, the text goes in absolutely fine. If we want to put an image in underneath that, again we can select an image, and we'll go to Google Drive. If you click in any of the others, we're not wanting you to use Google Image Search at the moment. Photos, it won't show that you've got any photos in your account. It might do, but there'll all be stuff that's been shared through school or that you'll have through school. Google Drive's the place we want to look. And again, shared with me. We've got lots of things here that have been shared from the past. Obviously, the one that I've just been using is this account. Sorry, this folder. Pop this image in. And if you just click once on the image, you will get up these options. And here you can crop the image. You just cut it into pieces. You can revert that. You can uncrop. You can insert a link. You can delete it. Or you can click on this and you can add a caption. Here's some of my friends dressing up on World, capital letters because it's a proper noun, book day. Now on my page we had where I live, so let's pop another text box in. It's popped it there, but I can just drag it wherever I want. I'm going to pop it in here. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. I live in the beautiful village of Brough. Full stop. It's using my apostrophes for contraction in the east of Cumbria. Ask a question. Why not have a look at this map to get a close-up look at Brough? Question mark, because it's a question. Now, you haven't just got these things for an option. We won't worry about the layouts right now, but if you scroll down, you can find the map option. And if I click on map and type in Brough, you might need to type, oh, look, found Brough Kirby Stephen. That's the one we're after. There's Brough. We're going to select. And it pops it in there. Now look, it's throwing your photograph down there. It doesn't matter. You've got the click and drag option to do all this messing around so that you can pop things back where they are. It's a really good little tool. And I can make that a little bit smaller. That sort of size, so it matches the same size as the text box. There you go, there's the map. And the last thing I did, just for now, is insert another text box. So I need to scroll back up. And I'm going to make it smaller again. and my likes and dislikes. Here's some of the things I like and dislike. Making a list, so we use a colon to introduce the list. And on the first column, I'm going to put likes. In fact, get rid of that because we're introducing each list separately here. So I'll put a colon after this. Likes. I'm Paul. Paul's going to like dogs. He's still going to like Liverpool FC. Couldn't like anyone else, could he? And he's going to like BMX bikes. Now, to do your dislike list, I'm just going to use the tab button to go across till I get far enough across. And I'm going to have to click down every page and use the tab, every line, and use the tab button to get to the right place I want to type in. Dislikes. Mice. Have an animal. Man United. And sorry everyone, but I'm going to put horses in there. Oh, that's another animal, isn't it? It's not very fair on animals or horses. What sports don't I particularly like? Not a lot, really. How about a food I don't particularly like? Radish. Or radishes, to make it plural. So there you go. That's as far as I've got with my page so far. I want you to do the same. And then we can work on it tomorrow. All I've got left to do, if I'm happy that I've got everything right, is click on Publish. And it'll come up with the version on the right that's currently published. You'll be able to see the two. There's the one that's currently published, and this one will have the likes and dislikes list ready to go. And if you're happy with that, click Publish. And then to test it out, open a new tab. Click on the Home button, and it'll take you to the pupil page. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, here's our new pupils website. Click on it. Takes you to the website. Takes you to the pages. Scroll down. Let's find Paul's page. There it is. Yours will be just as good. Give it a go.